So let's take the specific example of money and a core belief that I recognize I've carried around, that I receive and deserve, if you will, only that amount which seems to balance the amount of action, the amount of involvement, activity, experience I bring.
All right, so I have a belief that the money that comes to me and the action that I offer are strictly tied together. And since I can only offer so much action in any given period of time, or I'm willing only to offer so much action, then the money that can come in is limited to me. So that's a statement. A lot of people believe that. It's active in their vibration, and that's why more people aren't receiving greater abundance. So you feel that within you, and you can feel it sort of stuck in your craw. So you say, okay, Abraham, I'm going to try to turn downstream on this subject. So by turning downstream, what we mean is what you want and who you really are is vibrationally over here, and where you are in that subject or in that statement you just made is over here. So you're going to make statements that lean you more in that direction. And the only way you know you've done that is you begin to feel relief. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it. Your whole effort is to reduce the feeling of resistance or the knot within you and get feeling a little better about this subject. So we would just ramble if we were standing in your shoes. We would say something like, well, there must be more to it than that, because we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and we are all pretty much the same in how much action we can offer in a day, and there is huge difference in the money that flows into the experience of people. So I accept that there is something beyond physical action that makes the difference. In fact, when I think about it, it's utterly illogical for me to cling to the idea that it's about action, because there is such disparity in the amount of money that people earn and the amount of effort or action that they offer. Now, we have appealed to your reasoning mind, and we see you nodding. Everybody sort of gets that. Nothing could be more obvious, but it didn't make you feel better. It didn't make you feel better because that's not what's bothering you. It's not bothering you that it's possible to make more money. It's bothering you that you're not making more money.
Yes.
So we didn't accomplish anything, but we did build a sort of basis of logic there. So we rambled, we just didn't actually turn downstream. In fact, we might have even caused you to turn a little upstream as you say, yeah, I still haven't figured out the secret. I still haven't figured out the magic. I'm still not applying what I know here. So now you want to keep going to try to find a better feeling thought. So you might say something like, well, I do believe that there are people that are earning great amounts of money today that at one time were not. So I do believe that it's possible for someone to adjust their vibration and let more money flow in. Now, again, makes sense, appeals to your logic, but might not make you feel better, because there's still that thing that's stuck in your craw, which is, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting it? Why haven't I found the peace yet? So we're getting closer to understanding what's really bothering you. You started out thinking that what was bothering you was not enough money. Now you find out that what's bothering you is that you're just not good at creation. We're dramatizing this,
yes,
but we're wanting you to understand that the more you play with it, the more you begin to sort of ferret out what's really bothering you. And then you might say things like, well, in the past, I've tried to play down the importance of money. I've tried to make money not important. And for a little while, that did make me feel better. In other words, if you don't have money and you criticize people that do have money, then for a little while, that's a little bit of a downstream thought. I didn't want those grapes anyway because they were sour. I don't want that money anyway because it's materialistic. I don't want that money anyway because people bicker over money and kill each other over money, and therefore money is evil. Therefore, it's not a bad idea that I don't have any money, because and for a little while that could be a downstream thought. It sure is a more downstream thought than I'm an idiot or that I'm not good at what I do. It's a much more downstream thought to say, well, I just really didn't want any money. And that downstream thought will serve you for a little while, but not for very long, because before you know it, that's no longer a downstream thought, because because it's not in vibrational alignment with what you really know about abundance of the universe. So then you just keep talking. There's no rule of thumb here. There's no right or wrong. There's no timetable. You just get to make yourself feel as good about anything that you can, especially about things that don't feel good. That's what the whole art of allowing is, bringing myself into alignment. So then you might ask yourself the question, I wonder what my source energy really thinks about money. I wonder what source thinks about manifestation. And then you might say, well, here we all are. We are clearly manifested beings. We are spirit, but there is manifestation all around us. We are flesh, blood, and bone. We live in material houses. We eat material food. We are material beings in the sense that we are spirit manifested into this. So there must be a rhythm to all of that. Even the formation of the earth as it spins in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets, all of that is part of manifestation. Manifestation is a good thing. I'm really at one with the idea of manifesting. I'm getting the sense that I am source energy in a physical body, and I really can feel that my life is supposed to help me to decide what I want, and I'm getting it that my life is causing me to ask for more of some things that for some reason I've been holding myself apart from. And now I realize there is not a reason in the world for me to hold myself apart from anything that I want. Now this conversation, even though it wasn't specifically about the subject of dollars, was a downstream conversation. I'm doing very well in my life. I'm happy to be in this body. I'm glad I came. I like life on planet Earth at this time. I am appreciative of the environment in which I live. I like the abundance that surrounds me. I like the platform of well-being from which I get to choose. I'm sorting all of this out. I'm realizing that there's not a rightness or a wrongness in having money or not having money. It's just a preference that people are aligning with or not. And I like the idea of coming into vibrational alignment with my preferences about money. What is it about having money that I like? I like the freedom that it allows me. I like the context of choices that it provides. I like the arenas that it opens to me. I like the feeling of expansiveness that it gives me. I like having all of those choices, and I adore the idea of having the flexibility to be and do and have more of those things. I love this planet. I love the idea of exploring it. I love tasting the finest aspects of it, and I love getting to choose what those are. I love this benevolent universe. I can feel that my source is calling me toward this abundance, and I can feel when I go and I can feel when I don't, and all of that's all right. It's not wrong to have dollars or right to have dollars. It just feels one way to align with my own desires, and it feels another way not to align with my own desires. It's only about that. I'm not making a statement to the world about what they should do about dollars. I'm not condemning people who have them or criticizing people that don't have them. This is only about me and my gap relative to this subject, and I can feel that my life has caused me to put some things in vibrational escrow that I've been holding myself apart from. But now I know what I'm doing, and things are coming in, and I'm getting the hang of this, and I'm doing rather well at it, and I can feel the influx of energy. I can feel that my stream is calling, and I can feel that I'm more willingly going with it, and I can feel that on many subjects I've let go of the oars. I can feel that I'm coming into alignment. I have seen the evidence of my improved vibration in many different aspects of my life. I've seen the improved vibration of my being in the aspect of money in my life. I know I'm understanding this, and I think I'm making too much of all of this. I'm happy that I understand it. I'm going to look for more reasons to feel good, and I'm going to enjoy watching the abundance flow to me. I'm hoping to see more evidence of the abundance flowing, and I'm believing that I will. In fact, I have already seen some of it. This is going to be fun. Nothing's gone wrong here. Everything's right on track. I'm doing just fine. I'm happy where I am. I'm pleased with what I know. I'm happy to apply what I know. I can't get it wrong. I never get it done. Isn't life fun? Don't you love money? Don't you love money flowing? Isn't this a wonderful world? And now, as you feel this, it's like nothing was ever wrong. Isn't it? It's, in other words, with a rampage like that, you came into complete alignment with all of these resources that have been amassing for you. Now, the thing is, you probably won't stay right there. We're really good at this because we've been over there where your money is for so long, we don't know why you don't see it, you see. And so it's really easy for us to get there and not as easy for you to get there, but you can get there. And the more you make the effort to turn into that vibration until that's the way you feel, You got to feel abundance for abundance to come. You got to feel it. And that's the thing that our friend helped us to say so clearly. Abraham, when this is what I've got, how can I feel other than what I've got? And we say, that is the rub, folks. You got to find a way to feel the way you want it to be and let that be more dominant than the way that it is. That is what art of allowing is. Let's say it in a different way. I've got two choices. I can feel life as I see it from my narrow point of view, body hurting, body not feeling good, not enough money, not enough lovers, whatever. I can view life from my point of view, or I can view life from the point of view of my inner being. If I view life from the point of view of my inner being, all that stuff in vibrational escrow is mine and mine vast. If I view life from my point of view, I might be preventing myself from having what's over there in vibrational escrow. Did you hear that? It's done. Your fortune is amassed. Your body is feeling great. Your relationships are superb. Everything that you want is lined up for you and more still coming. But you've got to don the vibration of your source and make it more dominant. And that's the question. How can I see life through the eyes of my inner being when my head's all plugged up? And we say, got to try harder. You just got to try harder.
It's that trying harder that I'm trying to get a handle on it.
All right, try harder sounds like upstream. I want to feel how my inner being feels. I want to feel how my inner being feels. All right. I have been mistreated, and I know I'm right. I kept records, and there's evidence, and there are people to back me up that I have been mistreated. I wonder how my inner being feels about that. The fact that you've got anger in your belly means your inner being feels quite different than you do. I wonder how my inner being feels about this. That's the question to ask. I wonder how my broader perspective feels about this. Does my inner being think I'm stupid? Does my inner being think that person is evil? Does my inner being think that I'm unworthy? And as you ask, how does my inner being feel? You know the answers to those questions. Criticize somebody and feel the pain in your belly. Praise somebody and feel joy move through your experience. Feel optimistic about something and feel how good you feel. Get pessimistic about something and feel how heavy you feel. In other words, you know, you've shown yourself all day, every day, how your inner being feels. And now you, of all the people on the planet, you know what that guidance system is telling you. You know the feeling of alignment and you know the feeling of resistance. You know. The question is, how stubborn am I at holding myself apart from who I really am? That's the only question. How much pain am I willing to go through in my determination to see the world through my worldview rather than seeing it through the worldview of Source? Am I going to continue to look through my ideas of shortage mentality, of unfairness, of injustice? Or am I going to look at the world through the eyes of Source, through the eyes of connection, through the eyes of well-being? And so that really is the question. It's such a simple question. We don't make it sound simple as we ramble on and on endlessly about it, but the question is, which thought feels better, this one or this one? Which thought feels better? That is the only question. Because the better it feels, the more inner being like I'm leaning. It really is as simple as that.